Welcome to the channel, and this is going to be episode number 7 of the 1970 Dodge Dart restoration. Yesterday I got a package in the mail, and it's one of the few, maybe two of the missing pieces. Yeah, two of the missing pieces. I opened the box already, and I know it's a little tough to see, but these are hood hinges for the car. Yeah. Sorry folks, inside the garage, and it's a little dark in here. Going to be going through quite a few projects that I'll explain in a different video. These are from Alabama and pretty rust free, just a bit of surface rust. Going to go put them on the car. Unfortunately, the retaining clips, two of them got mangled up, one of them's broken and one of them's usable, so I have to source some new clips, but these should still go on the car pretty well. The hinges should go on the car pretty well, I should say. Alright, starting out this part of the video, underneath the car, gonna get these fuel tank straps off of here, and then hopefully figure out a way to get this original exhaust off of here. A few episodes ago, went and took the gas tank down. Since it's actually just being held in there with what seems luck, yeah, everything is now a little bit easier to work on, a little bit more accessible. There's the holes in the trunk and the missing spare tire well. Since this car was drug out of Alabama, you can kind of see that there are some pretty nasty wasp nests under here, but we'll see if they're vacant or not. Hopefully they are. Alright, gonna get on this. Now these tank straps are pretty rusty. I don't know if I'm gonna reuse them or not. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna reuse them or not, but they should fall out of here pretty easy. The hole might be undercoated over, so they might not want to cooperate the best. Yeah, that one's got the hole kind of filled in with undercoating. There we go. Just twist it, falls out. And that one was hanging on by a hair. Looks like the holes are triangle shaped, and that's so you can turn them in there. You can put them in there, turn them, and they will lock into place. So this is the gas tank sending unit connection, goes up through the trunk floor. Fuel line, let's see what else. Yeah, and this is going to be the 7 1/4 inch rear axle, super tiny, but it works for a slant 6. Alright, gotta yank a few of these things out of here. This thing is not too rusty. Yeah, there we go, not too rusty. And gonna see if I can get it rebuilt and powder coated. I'd love to find a original sure grip for this thing, but it might not even be necessary since this is going to Florida. What looks like original shock absorbers on both sides, and that looks like 9-inch brakes, which is really odd because it turns out the front actually had 10 by 2 1/4 inch brakes, kind of a V8 thing. And since this was a slant 6 car originally, kind of surprised that those are on there. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to get this exhaust off of here. Hopefully I can take down this shock and turn it out of here. If not, I'll have to get some pipe cutters and hack it off that way. So I'll get Alright, that's enough of that. Just gonna try to get some of these extra exhaust clamps off of here. Alright, now that I've gotten a few turns off these, it's pretty loose, so let's see if I can try to get these off the rest of the way with a ratchet. Alright, so I got that clamp off of there, but check out this ridiculousness right here. On the part of the U-bolt that is nearest to me, that's 3 nuts. And then on the other side, that's an extra 2. Alright, since this first nut on the closest part of the U-bolt is still a 1/2 inch, I'm going to go ahead and try to heat that up and get it off right now. It just never really stops blowing my mind how hacked together some of these cars are after 50 years. And it just really amazes me what people think is a good way to fix something. Alright, so it's been probably a couple days since I recorded the last segment of this episode. Yeah, a few things have happened since then. I went and tried to get some 1970 9-inch drums on the front end of the car, and unfortunately that failed because one of the ball joints had the stud kind of boogered up at the top, so I couldn't thread the castle nut on there. Even though the hoses and everything are good, everything is complete, still couldn't put it on there. I'll go out there in a little bit and I'll show you what's up with that. Still contending with the mess inside the garage, trying to get everything cleaned up and squared away since I'm dealing with 2 cars here. Probably start making some content on the gold 1970 Dart here in a little bit, but get things going here. Some packages are going to be getting here for the 1970 Dart Custom. Again, that's a green car for those people who do not know. Should be getting some rotors, lower ball joints, and some other parts to be able to attach the spindles to the front of the car. Like I say, since the 9-inch drums, that plan went out the window. I got no choice but to put on the disc brakes and get that done. So hopefully we have the car driving and moving around here on its own power pretty soon. Today is kind of like a fluke day since it's 39 degrees and the past 2 days have been high 60s and even 70 yesterday. So, just got to keep carrying on. Alright, it's a little windy today, so sorry for the noise. But, I'm going to try to get the cooling system all buttoned up. Going to remove the radiator, replace the damaged petcock, then install a new thermostat, new gasket, and upper and lower hoses, and get that thing buttoned up. Alright, trying to get the old petcock off of there. Probably hasn't moved in years. There we go. Don't know how that got busted off, but it does not matter. And here's a new one. Thankfully I had a spare. And all these Chrysler petcocks are the same regardless of what car. There you go. Sorry for not having you on the center there. Alright, nice and snug. And that's ready to go back in for now. Alright, transmission cooler fittings look good. Drop this back in, button it up. Alright, got the new hose on the top. Only have one clamp that is going to work at the moment, but everything is mocked up. Still need to trim that lower radiator hose about 1/2 inch. Had to trim this top one about 1 inch. Here at the, there you go, here at the neck. Focus, there you go. Yeah, right there. Still need to find a shroud and take care of the other transmission line. There it is. Since the guy who I got this engine and all this front assembly from had broken it off when he took it off the radiator. Then let's see. Yeah, it should be actually about it. Under here, just going to tighten up this fitting right here. As you can see, there is no fitting here for the driver's side, and it would go in here. There you go, in here, yeah. And looks like it got busted off, but it would go from here, follow this line to about right here, then come out right there. Hopefully what I can do is temporarily get the fitting off the other line that came off the transmission that was from this car. Use 4 hose clamps and just a pipe cutter and just cut this off so I can at least fill the transmission up with fluid and run everything to make sure everything works. And a little bit of explanation as to why I'm doing all this. And it seems like the car is going together without really being restored. Sorry for the train in the background, but yeah, the reason is that this car is actually in an accident where the whole left side was swiped. That meant that the original fender got replaced, the driver's door got replaced, somehow the passenger door made it out okay, but I'm not sure if there's any damage to it just yet. And the quarter got totally hacked up by somebody who did a really bad job trying to do some body work. And so the idea is have the weight of the engine and everything in the front of the car, so that way we can actually tell whether or not the frame is straight with the full load of the drivetrain in the vehicle, because this car is actually going to be going up to a body shop that I haven't decided on yet, and I'm going to have them put it on a frame table and make sure that everything is square. And if it isn't square, they're going to do some pulling on the frame rails, and if it is, then fine, I'll just do some body work on my own, replace the trunk floor like I talked about, replace the driver's floor like I talked about, and then hopefully all this is going to come back out, and it will get painted up really nice in the original F8 dark green metallic with the two-tone paint with the white vinyl roof. Excuse me, not vinyl, but vinyl appearing roof, which is actually paint. So yeah, it'd be white painted roof, and of course wouldn't be a 60s or 70s car without the green interior, which is going back in as well. And these are not the original seats. The original seats had a cloth insert in them with a really nice pattern, and it's missing the front head restraints. So look for a set of head restraints, and hopefully I can find some seat covers or some good usable seats. I'd hate to get rid of the original seats, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, pulled the bumper from the other car outside and just got it temporarily mocked up. I don't know if I'm going to end up using this bumper on this car and finding one for the other car, And excuse me, just, yeah, not sure. But this car should have bumper guards, which would go in here where this bumper bolt is on each side. And the other car did not have bumper guards, but this will do right now for a mock-up. Going to try to adjust the bumper up a little bit since it is sitting lower than the bottom of the grill. I don't know if I'll have time to do that right now or if I can do that later. I think the bumper also needs to go back a little bit. It's sticking out way too far. So go and tighten up the bumper bracket bolts at the frame rail. Yeah, get these all tightened up. Also, seem to be missing a bolt that goes right through there that kind of holds two brackets together when there's no bolts through the frame rail. Alright, a little bit of unboxing. Package just showed up. Here's the master cylinder for disc brakes. Unfortunately, there's no writing here on the lid, and it looks like it used to say something and they ground it off. This will do until I can find a good original that I know is a Bendix unit. These are new lower ball joints. There we go. And these are for disc brakes. These are the best moved ones I could get since this is going to be a daily driver. Other one is going to be just like that. Some wheel bearings here. There you go. Just got to put the races in there and the rotor, wheel seals, and 3 more wheel bearings. It's going to be inner and outers. So hopefully I can get the front end all buttoned up soon. So this is going to be probably the last segment to wrap up this episode. As you can see, driver's side of the rear cross member is gone, and most of the trunk floor is gone. Apologize for not being able to film that more on time, but just had a few things going on and wasn't able to do that. So anyways, see here that the frame is a little bit rotted right there. Clean the ears on the frame rail off. Still working on this area to remove the trunk floor and get the bumper bracket that's welded on separated, so that way I can clean up the inside of the trunk floor right there along the trunk extension. Then just unbolting this right here, and we're going to be replacing this rear spring mount so that way it's able to be put up just like the passenger side. More to come. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.